cool stuff along the way.
Good evening, nerds and nerdettes across the entire world and even the galaxy. My name is Jared Barreto Consiglione, and this is the Boise State Esports broadcast, brought to you by, of course, Game Pants Esports Arena. Tonight we have a fantastic lineup for you. Not the familiar faces you're seeing, and not the familiar game you're used to seeing, but it's me and Brenner Bear taking on the world in tonight's first ever For Fun Friday Feisty Fiery Fiesta. What does that mean? We're just playing games for fun. It's going to be Boise State University versus Colorado State University in Valorant, a game that we have yet to face off against them, and we want to continue to show them that we're good at pretty much all games. There's the production crew, of course. Say hello, my fantastic production crew. Hi, everybody. And Brenner, do you have much experience with this game?
Nope. Not at all. This is going to go great.
That's fair. And
so ready.
It's going to go great because, of course, Boise State won the League of Legends match, and Colorado State won Rocket League. So it's really going to determine who's going to be the king out of these kind of 3 series games. Do you have like a premonition as to who's going to take away the win?
I don't, coming into this with very minimal knowledge of Valorant and both of our teams, actually. I know our Valorant team, 3 of our players are the max rank of Radiant, from what I've been told. And so I'm curious to see how they play out. And then I don't know anything about the Colorado State Rams. I know that they are currently 4-2 in league. That has nothing to do with this game, but that's what I know. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how this matchup goes. And I'm also curious to see how Valorant goes because it's a new thing for me. I know a lot of the tactics as a Siege player and Overwatch player, so that can relate a lot to Valorant.
Absolutely.
But besides that, that's how my knowledge goes. So
yeah, I was going to ask you, of course, that's kind of your expertise in this situation, is determining what kind of similarities there are in tactics and what can be pulled away from maybe an in-depth experience with Rocket, with Rainbow Six Siege, and then converting that into Valorant success. So that's going to be something that we'll have to see if you can pull out of the bag, just as Boise State wants to pull this win out of the bag. But they're going to have to figure out how to do that. And they've been training a little bit, maybe with a certain set of rules perhaps that might get them into a better stage of success. But we'll get to those in a moment. I do have to ask, do you have a favoritism between the two games? I know that you have, of course, had a lot of time on R6, but is that just because you have a lot of time on R6 it came out first?
Yes, and also I was never a big CSGO player, so I enjoy being able to actually aim down sights and not just run and have to have my knife out to run faster. Like, it's pretty consistent move speed.
Right.
Like, I'm also a huge Call of Duty player, so I just enjoyed the more first-person shooter rather than just hip firing. And
fair enough.
That's just how I am. But
makes a lot of sense.
I do enjoy the aspect of like Valorant's time management, and it's still just plant the bomb on the site and defend it. And Valorant is different because once you plant the diffuser, it adds 45 seconds, where in Siege it's only 30. So that's another time thing. And then it's not as, I would say, not versatile, but vertically challenged as Siege is.
Absolutely, yeah.
And there's not as many operators, which is helpful. But these, in Valorant, they have 4 abilities for each. I don't know what they're called. Are they called operators in Valorant?
Agents.
Agents, there you go. And so that's a thing where I'm bringing in kind of my Overwatch knowledge of, okay, these people have these abilities, and this is how they work in this play space.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like how you attribute like the tactical equipment, and then of course your other equipment as well on some of those operators, and then of course the abilities that these agents have are very similar in the sense that they have utility. Sometimes they can do a little bit of damage, things of that nature. But as you did mention, of course, no comparison to the verticality of R6, as well as no destructible terrain, which is kind of boring.
Yeah, the only destructible terrain that I saw would just be like Sage's ice wall that she can create. So other than that, that's about the most destructive you can get in this game, which is fine. And then I know a lot of similarities is like, so in this game they have flashes, which is based off of obviously flash bangs, but they're just called flashes. They have a lot of smoke grenades. They have kind of interesting ultimates. So it's like Sage can bring somebody back to life, which is a huge game changer. They have a lot of people that can just kind of control the map. They have arrows that are global. They have giant space lasers coming down from the sky. I'm curious to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
Seems kind of hectic.
It is kind of hectic, and just for those joining us right now, it is Boise State University versus Colorado State in tonight's, again, For Fun Friday fiery fiesta of fun.
We need more F's in that title. Just more F's. Just keep adding
though.
on.
I'll just ignore that. It's actually going to be Valorant for tonight. It looks like we're getting right into this match, and it's on one of the more unpopular maps, if you will. This one doesn't see a lot of play, just because I think people are afraid of being cold during the winter. And we're going to see what kind of loadout everyone's rocking in terms of these agents. Going from left to right, we have an Omen into, of course, the Reyna, Jet with the Sova, and then a Killjoy. And then on the other side of things, it is that Sage you're talking about, with another Reyna and Omen. They're actually picking up the Sky, one of my favorite agents here in the game, and the Jet as well. Now,
these are all words I know.
Yes, exactly. Like Dog Gamer's going to go for some eliminations. Nida will be able to pick up the first one, and Legit Soldier, uncommon to them. They're going to be the first one to fall. Lycan will get a headshot as well. Dog Gamer and Nida holding down this choke point with ease. And Dream will be taken out here. New player to see the roster.
One enemy remaining.
Not able to see the game, though. Just one person remaining. Booty Bandit will be able to fall. More damage it gets at. Your hat going to pop off here as much as they can, but will be spotted out. Going to be 2v1. Does not get the hits there as necessary, and unfortunately, the first round going to go over to Colorado State, and really little opposition that Boise State was able to offer. They only got one member taken out. I know this is like a lot different in terms of pacing that you're used to, but this is a different game. It's about these kind of quick rotations, and as opposed to using information, you can kind of go with like a scout-heavy build, if you will. These teams seem to be very brawly. Both of them have like the pushers, the ones that engage. They're kind of the infiltrators. They're similar to that of Sledge, breaking down the walls, being the Kool-Aid man, and saying, hey, we're starting the fight right now.
All right, good to know. And then there's the typical buy phase we saw in CSGO. So since the team won, they have more money. They could buy actual guns and not just have pistols, I noticed. Seeing a lot of the abilities of scouting comes out as well. We're going to see the snipe from Grizzy as well.
Good tactic there. Again, holding out these choke points with relative ease Legit Soldier not able to get the bullets there landed, and Sea-Dog Gamer will also get your hat. So it's just going to be Dream and Bandito. Bandito will fall. No, Bandito's still full health here. Yeah, going to get taken out from the side, and a nice 2v1 here for the side of Colorado. Will secure a second round win, and as you were mentioning, Brenner Barrett, this means that Boise State is almost hemorrhaging for money so early in this game. It's going to start becoming more and more difficult for them. Look at the loadout difference between the two teams here.
Yeah, one team is definitely just going for the AR shot, whereas everyone else on the team that's been constantly winning has the variety of both the snipers, the SMGs, kind of the higher rate, which is why they've been winning those engagements, just having the gun advantage.
They are going with the fantastic loadout here. This means that they do want to continue to try and push these choke points, and this gun does offer a bit of opportunity to do so. The problem is, we've seen so far Boise State struggling to land these kind of crucial shots and losing these kind of 1v1, 1v2 situations where normally they would have a relatively easy time doing so. Aces is going to take out Booty, and your hat will take out one. Aces will be found out, actually. Another hat for here. Going to go for the hat trick, perhaps? Maybe we'll see. The blind's coming out here from the arena. The wall will lock them in as well. O'Near is going to be locked against 4 enemies, but does not get found out just yet. Lycan not really scouting that top side. A lot of damage getting over. Another blind coming out. Dog Gamer will pick up Lizard Soldier on the backside. And it's just a 1v1, but this time, Boise State, your hat getting the actual hat trick. Nida looking for snipes, does get one. They're looking for the second one. They know they're around the corner. They have to be careful. It's a 2v1 here. And the double snipe from Nida will stuff Boise State's momentum and immediately send them back to no money.
Yeah. Nida played that very well with the kind of up-like sniper, being able to get the two-piece there. When Boise State wasn't able to really defend the spike after getting it planted, they immediately backed off and just started losing gunfights rather than trying to push the advantage when those operators attacking actually had the snipers. So they would have won that close-range engagement had he not been able to hit one of his shots. So all in all, really good plays by this blue team.
Doing another chokehold here. It is tough for Boise State to try and kind of break through this, only because we've seen so far Nida being the top of the leaderboard right now.
Good work.
They're not very keen on missing these shots, and I mean that's rightfully why they have that operator, just to make sure that they're landing those one-hit kills.
Yeah, definitely playing to their individual strengths, as we've seen in both picks, as we see the possible one-tap from the Magnum come out, but instead O'Near ends up winning that with the better gun, as they haven't yet to lose a round.
Yeah, the Sheriff is an interesting pickup. It does mean that you're trying to go for long-range kind of trades and challenges. You have to land that one-head tap there, otherwise it's not worth it at all whatsoever. James is going to go for these flashbangs. Yes, they do look like birds, but they are a little bit more annoying than that. They blind you to what's near around you. It's almost like you're shrouded in bird. Nice push here for Dream using the coverage. Gonna get shot, so they know that they're there. The bullets did register a sound. Audio cue not given away. Does not fall for that trick, and O'Near actually gets picked off here, walking into the cloud themselves. Here comes the AoE healing from Sky. Fantastic reason why to draft this person onto your team. And quickly, Boise State goes with a nice strategy, and it's just Aces left 1v3.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if he'll be able to pull this off after them getting the spike planted down, which means he has less than 45 seconds to get it down. But the one tap coming out from Booty with that sniper, really good aggressive play by Boise, getting onto the site, winning those engagements with the help of the smoke cover and having some close range SMGs. It's nice to see them get the first win of this matchup.
What's so cool too is the fact that Bandito was able to pick up Nida's operator and use it for the round secure, which is kind of like a cheeky I can play Jet 2 thing. Now, we're getting close to the point where ultimates are now something to consider. Again, something that's kind of not really common, both in CSGO and R6, more similar to that of Overwatch, where these giant, almost game and round changing abilities can be used to a team's demise or to a team's success. And you can tell what members of each team has an ultimate ready by that yellow highlight behind their portrait. So as we look here, Colorado State does have 3 online compared to Boise State's, I do believe, 1.
Yeah, they just have Jets.
2, but Operator has faltered early in the round, I do think.
Yeah, and Jets can definitely turn the tide of a battle, as she's practically flying with knives that she's just throwing at you the entire time. So I'm curious to see if that'll come in a factor here, with Boise State being already down a member.
I've got
and they just got another ultimate as well. So
it's weird. They're still, Omen's still in the game, but it's like Portrait's bugging out or something. I don't know what's happening. Someone just threw a bit of extra stuff there. Soldier gonna go for some peeks here. Reyna with the flashbang. They're gonna go for the spike plant.
Yeah, it's definitely been Boise State's key strat is going for that spike plant, forcing Colorado State to get aggressive and push them. So far, it's been working in their favor with Boise State only having 2 members remaining.
Oh my. Lycan with the blind shot gets the pick here, gets taken out in kind, but fantastic opportunity. Boise State only has to hold this angle for one more, and it's Sova versus Bandito. He's going to go for the shot, he gets taken out, and that might actually be enough time for Dog Gamer to get this defused. And yes, Boise State getting a little bit overzealous, Colorado State taking their time, playing it patiently to get themselves another round in it.
Yeah, those snipers have kind of been the round-defining win for Colorado State, just getting those constant one-taps and amazing flicks that I love seeing, because you don't see that in Siege at all, because nobody plays Glaz or Cali nowadays.
Darn it.
So I've definitely been enjoying watching this gameplay, and it's so much faster paced. It's hard for me to keep up with my limited knowledge anyway, but it's definitely been fun. And now with Ultimates kind of evening out between the two teams, with Jet's ult not even coming out in the last round, curious to see if we're going to see more coming out in these next rounds, seeing as Boise State's losing in a current 1-4 situation.
Yeah, I do wonder, I think perhaps Nida had used it thinking that they were safe in that Shroud, but Lycan, with those blind shots, was able to take them out, giving them a nice advantage and also eliminating that ultimate from seeing the side of Colorado State. A lot of damage being traded out. Soldier's going to pick up one, and Aza is going to be taken out. So that means a huge amount of vision denial will be removed from the side of Colorado. Boise State trying to make their way into a nice chokehold and keep themselves able to look one angle. That's kind of all you really have to do. Have everyone post up at one angle, get the spike planted, and just surround it with defense. But Boise State having a tough time doing so far.
Yeah, and Sage now with her ult able to res one of her teammates in case they go down. So Boise State actually is in a very good position with 4 of their ults for this engagement. Going for the spike plant as they have kind of ult walking everywhere. We're going to see a possible snipe, but just barely miss as she ran past that narrow line of sight that Nida had.
The hunt begins.
Hunt begins, meaning that Boise State's going to pop that rain ult. Extra fight rate of fire, extra reload speed, and just as quick as they pop the ult, 3 go down, and it's just this entire one player. Killjoy versus the world. Spike's going to be planted. They may try to conserve as much weapons as possible, but if Boise State's smart about this, they'll not only protect the spike, but also protect who they eliminated to make sure that those extra guns, those high-value guns, cannot be picked up by this player.
Yeah, Boise played very well using 2 of their ults to win that engagement and getting the spike down with all 5 members still alive without Sage even having to res somebody. Boise State maybe getting back into the groove of things after losing these first couple rounds.
And the best thing to note about this as well, Brenna Bear, is the fact that they didn't lose a single member. And by those white lines, those white bars underneath their health, it almost looks like they haven't received any damage as well.
And if they have, even Sage can just heal them, so yeah.
Not only Sage, but Skye has an AoE heal as well as part of one of her basic abilities. So 2 sources of healing from the side of Boise State, and this is so cool because in the past, the past seasons that we've seen them play, they didn't even consider rotating into a healer-dominant meta and making themselves, even if they do take chip damage, immune to it by getting that quickly resource back up. So I think this is a pretty cool shift in pace and play style from Boise State. That could be why they're also, you know, at a 2-round deficit.
Placing alarm bot.
Still trying to work out those kinks so far.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Colorado State's also going to be able to adapt to the Boise State strategy of we're going to go for the spike plant, we're going to play aggressive, kind of play in a 3-man group, just slowly pushing corners, maybe rushing through the sniper line so they're not able to get those flick shots. And now with Colorado State not really having the gun advantage either, only one of them having an automatic weapon, I'm curious if that will actually hinder them this time as it has hindered Boise State.
Doesn't look to be the case. Your hat getting an instant headshot here on that Killjoy. Aces as well as Onir are grouping together with just those pistols. Knowing that they're pretty low on econ, they had to go with the pistol round, but this could be a huge opportunity for them right here.
It's all about those one taps as they immediately get it backing up.
2 guns and another headshot here from the side of Aces and Onir. It's 2 versus 1. And they keep getting 2 picks. They are able to be traded back. Bandito's going to find some opportunity to launch those knives, but all of them go around Omen. All of them miss. And now it's a 2v2. Boise State knows where a lot of the members are. They're going to try and shout themselves up. Nida is going to have the operator again. Got to be careful because that one tap will be devastating, making the 2v1, the 1v1, or whatever the case may be. Everyone has to be on point right now.
Yeah, and Colorado State still has that one ultimate on backup if they want to try to use the advantage, but we're going to see the quick engagement able to actually come out and eliminate a member of Colorado State. So now in a 1v2 situation, things are looking better for Boise, but with only 20 seconds remaining, they're going to have to make a play. They don't even have the spike in hand, so it looks like they're going to try to have to go for elimination here.
They're running for it as fast as they can. The shots are going to be huge here from the side of Azens, and he actually gets both of them. 2 headshots back to back. A clutch is the least definition you can give that play.
Yeah, definitely amazing sightlines from that hip fire. As someone who's used to aiming down sights, it's impressive to see headshots from that long distance just hip firing a gun, but I guess that's kind of how the game is played.
That's how Valorant is, unfortunately.
Still very impressive to watch. Very well played by Colorado State, just getting the high ground, as we all know from Obi-Wan. You can't beat it.
I have the high ground.
We did win that round, and Boise State did.
Brother, I loved you. Sorry.
Hurts my soul so much.
That seems so sad. I don't know why I'm laughing. I think it's to just cope with the pain.
The pain of Boise State losing the round.
Exactly, yeah. Boise State feeling the pain right now as well. They seem to have some sort of plan, but it's just not working. And when things like that keep happening, to just take apart piece by piece of the plan, it's not going to go so well. Boise State going down 2 members early, gets scouted out by the drone. Going to go forward with their own drone as well. Going to get shot down. Unfortunately, those birds are not really long for the world. Shock arrow coming out. The dart can be huge. Doesn't really do much in terms of damage, but it is there as a fantastic scouting tool. And Dream trying what they can. Trying to keep that angle pinched. Making sure no one can rotate for free. Fortunately, it does not matter as Legit Soldier completely negates going through that path. And fortunately for them, Dream will pick up one. Colorado State not going through with a flawless round this time, and it's 2 versus 4. Not something that we've seen uncommon, as Colorado State just pulled off the same feat, not just 1 round to go. Yeah,
Boise State on these sidelines pushing these corners have been really interesting to me as a Siege player. It's always about the corners. You're always leaning, checking them. But as they push some of these angles, they're immediately swapping over to the opposite side rather than the side where pretty consistently Colorado State. I was used to see a ring around the Rosie happening, but then the snipe ends up coming out from Onir onto Urwit.
We'll see if Dream can do the 1v3. The Dream are going to get scouted by the tech.
Being followed behind.
Well. Yep, they're going to get pinched as well. An almost flawless round for Colorado State. A little bit of slip up here left and right, as unfortunately Dream had bigger aspirations than just the 2 pick. They were trying to go for the all 5, but that's a pretty tall order. And Boise State losing a bit of momentum here. It's now the 8th round, and this 9th point looks to be going either way, sure. But even if Boise State were to get this round, it is then still 6-3.
Yeah, and Colorado State definitely has the gun advantage here with multiple snipers and a lot of ARs compared to Boise State's 1 AR. And then also, with this being a best of 13, we're going to see a round swap coming in a couple of rounds. So I'm curious if that maybe come to Boise State's advantage, but we're going to see a quick little engagement here. Some bolts being fired as they come across. We're going to see the stealth and wall come through as he just narrowly avoids that member of Boise State.
Put out as much as they can in terms of defenses. You're blinded here. Scouted as well from the Spirits. Bandito will pick up 1.
A wallbang as well, yeah.
Absolutely. Wallbang headshot, actually.
Boise State going for that spike plant once again, but actually ends up canceling it.
Recon drone coming out here. If they are able to land this shot, this could be huge. The information is already given, though. They were able to see 1 player, and that is why Nida's in this position, trying to get those free picks. Barely misses, and the plant is going to go through. The spike planter will actually be killed mid-plant, so it has not started that doomsday clock. Spike carrier killed yet again, and Boise State struggling to get themselves in a position where they felt comfortable to plant and got punished for it repetitively. Colorado State just kind of swarming around them and causing that panic. 7-2 to Colorado State.
Yeah, Colorado State's definitely winning these guns engagements even after missing 2 sniper shots consistently. The member of Boise State wasn't even able to capitalize on it, just sitting in the corner, kind of spraying and praying, it seemed. So Colorado State just really capitalizing on having kind of the better aim and collapsing, able to constantly eliminate the spike player, who was Sage with her ult, so wasn't even able to res her teammate as she was going for the spike plant as well. Kind of seems like a mistake on Boise State's giving it to the support player rather than having her able to keep her teammates alive.
Yeah, it is kind of tough when it comes down to this, because if everyone's taking damage, who do you heal, right? It's such a difficult question to ask, and it's all things considered, I think when you have this ultimate that can make it a fair fight, like right now, the opportunity to use it's now. Try to bring someone back, maybe get a man advantage or tie the man count up. It's now 3-4. Boise State has an opportunity to make this 4 versus 4, but they're not really utilizing it to its fullest effect.
And Boise State did get the spike play done this time, making Colorado State kind of have to get even more aggressive, but with Nida hitting these constant sniper headshots and amazing flicks. I'm not sure what Boise State's plan is with both players still being alive with their ultimates, but unable to get their res, having to push through the smoke and ended up losing those engagements immediately. Colorado State just cleaning up shop right now.
Yeah, they're doing a phenomenal job of putting Boise State up against the wall, and as of right now, not really being able to turn themselves back, not being able to fight themselves out of the corner to keep getting themselves in. So, great play from the side of Colorado State. Boise State has a lot of opportunity to make up here. It is, of course, 8-10, so that means shortly the next few rounds will be switching back over to, of course, the defense versus kill, or attack, if you want to call it that. And it's going to be a tall order for Boise State to hold off this aggression here from the side of Colorado.
Yeah, we are finally seeing a kind of even gun round with Boise State saving a lot of their econ so they can get some good guns to win these engagements against Colorado State. But we're going to see a quick triple from Colorado onto the members of Boise. So things already not off to a good start here.
I don't know what this guy misses, to be honest. Aza's on a rampage, and this is where most of these wall bangs happen. You got to be careful. That terminal's not too safe. Aza's going to get a 4-piece. Oh no, dog gamer, you stole the ace! Oh well, that's still another round winner for Colorado State.
Last round before the switch.
Always gotta hate the ace stealers.
Yeah.
In that case, that's normally where we see in a siege a possible TK at the start of the round just because you took my ace.
That's awesome, especially when they're docking. You're like, well, then no one gets killed. I don't care, I'm selfish. You took my ace, not happening.
I was spawn peeking, eliminating right from spawn, and you just took it from me.
Yeah, how dare you? Can you imagine getting yourself in position for a sledge melee ace?
I don't want to talk about that. That scares me.
That's really scary. And it's looking pretty scary for Boise State as they're down 7 rounds, Renner Bear, and they're not doing so well so far in this one. It looks like Bandito only has 2 HP to their name, and yet they have 2 healers. Why are they not healing this person up is my question.
And we also see 4 ults on the side of Colorado State as Colorado State loses the one member who actually doesn't have their ult here.
Gotta use your ults. This is the only time to do so. That's why Bandito's popped the ulti already, looking for the knives, and every time they get a kill with these knives, Brenner, they get a full stack back. So these 5 come back just as quick as they were disarmed.
It's very much like our Li Ming and Here's the Storm to relate it to a conversation where we can both understand is kills get you more. But Boise State finally winning these engagements. Legit on this Sage was able to get a 2-piece there.
Flawless before a round swap is actually huge because
switching sides.
No momentum. The only thing, sorry, no gold or money gained here. No demonetization possible because no one loses any money. No one gains any money. It's a fresh slate. The thing that you gain the most, though, is this momentum. Boise State getting a flawless the round before swap. Not only a huge mental boon, but also a lot of mental damage done to Colorado State there.
Yeah, Colorado State's definitely been on a roll, and with Boise State being like, hey, before you swap sides, we're going to flawless you just to show we are getting amped up for this matchup.
Yeah.
And with this being a best of 13, we only have 4 rounds remaining. So if Colorado State manages to just absolutely dominate this attack run, I'm curious to see if Boise State with their double healer is able to defend much better than they've been attacking.
There is some question to that. Usually you want to have healers on like an aggressive comp, but when you're on defense, it's hard to be aggressive, right? Usually defense is kind of the one that controls the pace of the game, forces the attackers to like kind of be dictated the pace of. So Colorado State trying to get themselves in the driver's seat, gets the 2 picks. It's going to be huge for them. It is just 3 versus 5.
I ain't got the plat hand down just as quick as Boise State's been going for as well.
And even looking for a nice ghost peek here. Silence guns are pretty important here because you don't want to give any sort of heads up or any free information to the enemies that you're playing against. Fortunately, Lycan will fall to the lights of Killjoy, as well as a double kill. Dream's going to be picked off as well. 2 headshots so far from the side of this Killjoy player, and Aziz gets the pick here. A flawless in return. Colorado State says, we can do that too.
Yeah, Grizzly and A's is able to wipe out the entire team, just the 2 of them. Constantly winning these 2-on-1 engagements as Boise State hasn't really been pushing together, just one at a time, trying to get those 1-taps with their pistols. So with now Colorado State having the gun advantage and even some shotguns coming out too. Curious to see if the one shotgun member of Boise State will be able to make the difference.
It's an interesting question. Starting so early in the round, getting a monetary advantage is so huge when it comes to this game because, you know, it's kind of the make or break. Yes, you can try to do what you can on these pistols, these basic free weapons, but there are just so many better guns out there for you.
Yeah, and even walking in front of a member of Boise State who only had a pistol, still able to win the engagement with that SMG. So Colorado State playing very well with only 2 members remaining of Boise State. Trying to get a couple shots onto the sniper, able to eliminate him as well. But in a 1v3 situation with the spike being down and getting shot through the smoke, things not looking too good right now, as only 2 rounds remain until Colorado State takes this match.
Yeah, and as a kind of off-base question, because again, your tactical experience is phenomenal and kind of innumerous. Your Valorant experience is kind of what we've done so far. If you're in this position in R6 or in any tactical shooter, what do you need to do to catch back up?
From what I've seen on the side of Boise State, I think they need to play a little bit closer together. They're taking a lot of engagements where it's kind of a one-on-one or even a 1v2 situation where they should be doing the exact opposite. They should be having the 2v1s. They should be trying to push together because you can only ever focus on one person while shooting. So having the numbers advantage is definitely where you want to see. And since Colorado State has been going for the spike plant so aggressively, you should try to take that as quickly as possible. And now Boise State able to get a quick 2 eliminations, now having actually better guns than their stereotypical pistols they've been having this whole time. So I think saving money on the economy is a great choice. So we're seeing a lot of headshots coming out with the ARs, but sadly we're going to see Bandito fall. We're going to see the flash come out as well. Minute remaining. They're guarding the site quite well, but we're going to see Dream able to take out Gamer, and then Nida take out Dream. She does have the spike, thankfully, so they don't have to worry about trying to guard it on a corpse, as we see with the diffuser and Siege all the time. But Nida losing it without having a sniper this time. Boise State wins the round. A good comeback and hopefully a start of the ball rolling for Boise.
Yeah, and I mean, despite them losing the last round there, what is Colorado State doing right to keep them this far ahead?
I would definitely say saving the money and getting guns they feel comfortable with. We saw Nida there having a gun that she has used a couple times, but it definitely wasn't her sniper that we've seen her use so often and get so many eliminations with. Whereas Boise State was now using their ARs where they have clearly felt more comfortable with winning those engagements, constantly hitting those headshots, eliminating the members quickly, not letting them even use their abilities as much. And even when they did, they haven't really been game changer here. We do see a couple eliminations with Onir taking out Lucian, then Dream getting taken out by Aze. So
Aze's doing a phenomenal job trying to be that top fragger for their team. Soldier going to try and do what they can. Takes out Aces, which is great because, again, just as we just mentioned, a great kill leader there for their team. Killjoy going to take out your hat, and it's not looking too well for Boise State. Of course, they still can turn this around. Legit Soldier going to get one here, and this is exactly what they need to start doing, getting these isolated kind of picks. They are going to hear the spike be planted. The timer has started, and Boise State now moves themselves into action. The only question is whether or not they can turn this 2v3 into a W.
Yeah, and Jet does have her ult as well, so we could see that come into play with Sage not having her ult able to res any of her teammates. We're going to see the turn around the corner and not even shot fired from the member of Boise State as he is immediately eliminated by Gamer. But we are going to see the immediate return one tap. Smoke comes out from Jet, but with time not remaining on Spike, she should definitely just try to save her guns, but instead tries to go for the defuse, doesn't even watch underneath the platform. Colorado State takes the round.
Yeah, it was a close one, though. I mean, when it comes down to it, maybe if Boise State had an additional member or two, that could have been so much more of an easy angle for them to approach. But putting themselves against the wall, like we've kind of talked about so far this map, is Boise State really trying to struggle to get themselves out of the corner they keep painting themselves in. Yes, both the Jet as well as, I do believe, the Sova were able to get themselves in a position where they could contest those long angles, but it was so far along in the map, in the round, that Colorado State was already on that plant.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to Boise State needs to try to be pushing together. When they push that corner, they should have the member pushing the balcony as well. so that they can try to take him out as well. We're going to see the Jet headshot from her ult as well. So an amazing play by Boise State, able to take out one of the key members that has been getting a lot of eliminations for Colorado State. And another one comes out onto the sniper of Colorado State. So far this Jet has been kind of the playmaker for our team, as we see Lucian then take out Onir off screen. So Boise State looking a lot better here as CD takes out the Sage, and then Lucian gets another elimination on the Gamer. Then Dream takes out Grizzy after Grizzy takes up Bandito. Boise State wins the round, playing that a lot more better after getting the momentum from Jet's ult.
Right. It's
really good plays.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that, you know, it's just a bit of just prediction. They were able to fire off those knives right before maybe they had seen the enemy, kind of almost like a head glitch situation, but it ends up working out. Yeah,
this Jet definitely came alive in that round with her ultimate, but now not having, I'm curious if she's able to continue that momentum after being like, hey, I got a double elimination headshot with my ult. Let's keep pushing it. And they won.
Get out of my way!
With 3 members still alive, so they still have their economy and good guns. We're going to see Bandito with a really good snipe onto a key player of Colorado State. We're going to see Grizzy then take out
your hat's going to be done. Onir's going to take out Bandito as well, and these top fraggers for Boise State are quickly falling, leaving a lot of the weight to be carried by the rest of the members, and it is possible it is a 3v4. But Killjoy's ultimate will kind of nullify about 10 seconds of that time right off the clock.
We also see Colorado State using a lot of their ults now too, which I love seeing, because when you have it, you got to use it, and that's clearly been winning them the round as Lucian eliminates Gamer, but then AZ takes out Legit, and then Dream takes out AZ. So they're really going back to back with now teams being even. Stealth coming out, able to keep her alive for just a little bit, but then gets eliminated. So in a 1v1 situation, we're going to see Colorado State takes the clutch and the map.
Yeah, very close here. Boise State really started to figure out the pieces that they needed to succeed. But more importantly, right now, guys, we're excited to announce that we will be broadcasting our first ever fighting tournament. Been asking for this for a long time. If you are interested in competing in Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball FighterZ, or my personal favorite, Smash Ultimate, sign up at smash.gg/tournament/the beatdown Boise State. Good luck in Smash, because I'll be registering.
Oh, ooh, them be fighting words.
They are fighting words. Bring it on. And I'll tell you, I'm a Ganon main, and I'm ready to smash.
I want to see it. I want to see those up smash. I want to see a lot of ledge play from you. That's what I hope to see.
Oh, yeah, he's the best ledge play, with him being a heavy and the slowest character in the game.
That's what I want to see the most.
It's either that or I'm going straight Bowser and just SDing everybody.
Oh, no. Don't be that guy. Come on.
I have to be that guy, because that's how you win. And right now, Colorado State has figured out their own plan to win, and it's tough for Boise State to try and dismantle that plan. It really does kind of boil down to a very large factor in this game, Valorant, and that specifically is the gunplay. We've seen opportunities for Boise State to capitalize on, getting maybe a couple seconds of heads notice and getting some crucial shots on a body and just missing out on those, and it's costing them these rounds.
Yeah, it definitely has been not the best. We've seen a lot of good plays from both sides, and when the ultimates come out for Boise State, they tend to win a lot of those rounds where they just use their ultimates, which is what they should be doing, and they've definitely been capitalizing on it. But I think going forward in these maps, I want to see them play kind of closer and tighter together, because then they'll be able to win those gun matches if they lose, say, a 1v1, but then they have the second member who's able to capitalize on it. Yeah. So that's what I want to see going forward.
Yeah, and we'll have to wait and see, as we are going to throw it to a quick break, see what team will take our advice or throw it by the wayside. We'll be back in just a moment.
Legendary parts,
for legendary wins.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We have just seen these two face off in the first map of Valorant. Colorado State taking a pretty swift win, and Boise State struggling to find a way to get some wins under their belt. But we are on to a new map of Brenner Bear. This time we're moving to Haven, and that does offer a little bit more of an interesting set of strategy because the map we just saw, Icebox, super vertical, probably the most tangible kind of relation to R6 in the sense of verticality. Haven, not so much.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see maybe that pans out better for Boise State, as the members of Colorado State have been getting a lot of verticality kills on the members of Boise. As we saw, it was kind of causing an issue for Boise as well. So I hope maybe that might turn the tides for them, because we saw them using a lot of their flashes and smokes around corners, but not really vertically either. And we saw a lot of wall banks coming out from Colorado State as well, so maybe that might change on this map as well.
I'm going to challenge you now that you're an expert on this game.
Oh, no.
I'm going to ask you for a prediction. Do you think Colorado State will take the lead as early as they did this time, or has Boise State kind of conferred, strategized, and made a plan of action for this next round to start getting themselves in the lead?
I hope to see a 2-2 round back-to-back, like we did in our most recent Siege match, where it's they take two, we take two, and back and forth until it's like we go into overtime and this is how we're going to take it. That's what I want to see after this first round of Boise State being able to analyze of like, hey, on these maps, this is what we did wrong. Here's how we can do it better.
It's a tall order, and I'm gonna hold you to it. Again, for those just joining us, it is Colorado State versus Boise State in the For Fun Friday feisty, fiery fiesta of fun, which means we're just playing Valorant for fun because despite it being for fun, there are kind of still bragging rights on the docket. Boise State taking the league win, a Rocket League going over to Colorado State. This is the determining game as to who reigns semi-supreme, like medium supreme, out of a small to large meal. And we see the draft phase, a new interface here that we don't typically get to see when it comes to Valorant. So see the map pick again, which is going to be Haven, and these are the operator agent picks depending on what game you come from.
Yeah, we see a couple new operators, for me personally, coming out from both sides. I know Breach is the guy with the giant orbital laser and can like punch through a wall or something like that.
Shoot a bunch of stuff through the wall, absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine his arm being a seismic cannon.
So he's Doomfist.
Kind of, but he can't. I'm sure he can punch, it's just not good.
Gotcha.
And then on the other side, we see Cypher, the coolest bandito-looking character in the game, with their top hat. They are probably the king of surveillance. They can just deploy spy cams. If you get your ultimate up whenever you kill someone, you can use their body to relay information of every other enemy's location to your team. Pretty cool. It's kind of like map hacks.
Always enjoy those map wall hacks.
Of course.
That's how you win the round.
Yeah, you just got to, just use your ultimate all the time. And another kind of rotation here, and it's probably specifically because of this map, is the Phoenix. He's got that kind of snap with the flashbang that goes right around the corner. There's a lot of quick corners that this can be utilized for with kind of just pre-firing around the corner. And then he also has an ultimate where if he runs forward, gets eliminated, he just goes back to his original starting point when he started that ult. So he's a very hyper-aggressive agent, and that's probably why both of these teams have drafted him so far.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like the Revenant from Apex. And then I also remember one of his abilities, if he casts it and stands in it, he gets a self-heal from it as well.
All of his fire heals him. He also has a firewall, which does damage, of course, and obscures vision. And this is going to be an interesting map, too, because as opposed to every other map in the game, Brenner, this one has 3 points of contention, A, B, and C.
Yeah, and already Boise State's off to a very amazing start as only losing Breach in that engagement. But in a 4v1 already, good start off.
You know, I think this might be something to do with it. I don't know if this is how this works in this Forefront tournament, but I do believe most standard tournament rules state that the loser of the previous round gets to pick the next map. This is Boise State's probably premier map. They've practiced this probably countless hours, and that's probably why they ended up picking it. And you can clearly see why, because they picked up the lead so far in this map.
Yeah, it was definitely great to see Boise off to a strong start this time and not kind of getting rolled over by Colorado. Maybe Colorado is able to turn it around already, but we're going to have to wait and see with Boise now also having the gun advantage, with Colorado only having the one shotgun on their end.
Yeah, the Bucky is an interesting little gun. Usually a meme, for lack of better terms. Shotguns are not typically good in this game.
So right up your alley.
That's why I was about to say that's why I love them and they're my favorite, because they're not good.
The memes always make for the best plays.
Yeah, it's for content. That's the only reason I lose on purpose for content.
Yeah, I definitely did that last time we had a Call of Duty tournament, just running a Riot Shield in 725, because I was here to have fun.
That would be such an interesting introduction into this game, a Riot Shield character.
Oh, no.
You're going to get spotted by 3. Usually this long A point was not one that's typically used, and a great call out from Colorado because it's on the other side of the map from Boise State's 2 defending members. They were already on C defending, and they got bamboozled. Now they're forced to walk into the dangers of the shotgun. This could be huge. Now he's going to go for the one shot. Gets one. Going to get taken out, though, by Lycan.
Here comes good trade by the Colorado State on their end.
Here comes the drone. The drone will be droned as well.
Yeah, 3v4.
Drone combat, 3v4. But look at the health bars from Colorado State. Their Cypher is near death, so this could be a huge opportunity. They're going to go for the defuse. They're going to challenge through A short. Going to go walk into the old Cloudburst and gets taken out, but 1 for 1. Owner going to go for the second one as well. It's one man versus World Dream. Misses those shots, and a Thrifty coming out from the side of Colorado. And that just means a really cool play.
Yeah, they were able to eliminate some of the members of Colorado State, so taking away their guns at least. But with the final members of Colorado State being able to pick up the guns of the fallen members of Boise State and their teammates, things kind of evened out there with Colorado State taking the win. And so far, we are 1-1. So instead of 2-2, we're doing 1-1. So my prediction's kind of close. I'll take it.
You've cursed us with the caster curse. Now we're here forever.
This is Fox and Cashman all over again.
I don't want this. No, because to be honest, there's no one that just instantly gets eliminated by Cashman repetitively.
Not yet.
That's
not
true.
Yet.
That was kind of like really ridiculous.
It was hilarious. We loved it. It was content.
Fox was not long for the world at all.
Aw. Rip.
Poor Fox.
We do see the LMG spray and pray method, which I quite admire, because that's what I did in CSGO all the time when I did play it. Just take a Negev and hold down a corner.
Not only is it advantageous if you aren't able to clip someone while you're doing it, but it's also a great distraction because it's the loudest gun in the game. There's a billion bullets flying there, and you kind of force a team to panic and think that they don't have enough reinforcements to combat that. They may send extra resources to somewhere where they're not. As you can clearly see, Colorado State using the old bait and switch went for the C point while challenging B with this kind of machine gun style tactic. And, in the blink of an eye, Boise State's down 4 members.
Yeah, Colorado State used their Phoenix ult amazingly, able to push the angle, see 2 members, ends up falling, but then with his ult just came right back alive. Grizzy got the plan down, and we're going to see Dream take out 1 member of Colorado before he ends up falling as well. So Colorado State able to do the bait and switch very well on this map, even though it is Boise's pick.
Yeah.
But if the prediction is true, we're going to see Boise State win the round.
It's time for your prophecy to be told.
We want to see it. We want to see it happen.
What is with us in creating prophecies on desk? I don't understand that.
It seems kind of a consistent thing for when we duo cast, which I'll take it. I mean, hey, if it works,
Especially
it works.
when you're right, then you actually become prophetic.
Let's go.
Awesome.
That's what you want to hear.
Boise State, you got to win this for the prophecy.
For the prophecy.
Guys, are you a subscriber? No prophecies needed. Just type in exclamation point or hashtag free sub in the chat to see if you're able to get yourself that free Prime Gaming subscription. Because, of course, your subscriptions, they fund scholarships. Have stuff like this happen all the time.
You can get this Stabubu.
You also get the Stabobo, which is by far the best.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have shirts of it. That's how important it is.
We do?
Yeah.
When? Hello? Where's mine?
In the closet. Go grab it.
All right,
go put it on right now on stream. Just throw the shirt on.
Production. Throw me a Stabobo t-shirt. They're not listening. They're listening. They just don't want to help. Help me! Oh, wait. Hold up.
Are we actually in a Stabobo shirt?
Staboboing up right now? I will full Stabobo on stream.
Do it. Let's go, Stabobo.
I'll put on 2 shirts. I'll put on 3 shirts. No. This
is going to be a sweat storm over here.
I'm already cooking.
That's 40 seconds in the first elimination just coming out from Lucian, getting a double onto the 2 members of Boise or Colorado State. My bad.
Brenner, you're going to make someone mad. That is Lycan, like the werewolf.
30 seconds left.
Oh, I say Lucian.
Right here. You can't.
Oh, no.
Trust me. I've made the mistake of calling the Valorant players by the wrong name. They do not like it. Please help me. Another shot here from Lycan. A 3-piece will be taken out. But it's a 4 versus 2. And it's the Bobo time. Boise State walking into what looked to be a dangerous situation for them, but Colorado State showing up. More importantly, though, are there actually 5 shirts here? I'm going to be busy. Give me a second.
The Stabobo shirts came out.
I appreciate production. I haven't fit in something like this since 5th grade. I'm a big boy. I'll find something here, though. Maybe I'll just put on a part of the shirt on each of parts of my body. Look how cool these are, guys. These are
Stabobo.
Sick. Okay, I'm not even showing the Stabobo.
This is why we have Prime subs. Stabobo.
This could work.
Together.
I'm not going to tell you what size it is, but as you can tell, I'm a large man. All right. I'll put this on as we're working through this, of course.
Not on cam, please.
Yeah,
not trying to
put on a shirt.
Taken down here for showing a little bit of that. But once again, we have
not showing skin.
Oh no,
I'm a professional.
We're pros here at Boise State, of course. But kind of a slow start from these matchups, which might end up being in Boise State's favor, now having the LMG spraying down the doorway right where they were on the other side of the wall.
Great game
taking
plan.
a little bit damage too as Colorado State getting aggressive.
What?
Didn't see him run around the side. Dream with his LMG is able to get an elimination using the scouting. Sees one, gets another one.
Holy Bandito!
Oh, well, Bandito swings around the side, gets a triple. Boise State getting a flawless round here.
A flawless quick round, and it's off the piggyback side of your Dream, pulling themselves into the smoke there. The smoke given to them by Colorado State. Jet didn't even bother checking that corner, and great game sense beyond that to say, hey, I think they're going to be over here. I dodges 6 or 7 shots, dodges the storm bolt as well, and then just continues to lay down distraction fire. As we said before, with it being the loudest gun, it's nigh impossible to hear anything else going on around them, and that's why Bandito was able to get that sweet flank.
Yeah, even if it's a bit of a meme, it's a meme that works, which is what you love seeing.
It's so close. It might be 3-3 for the prophecy.
Silence.
We're getting really close. Boise State's on a 2-round lead right now, so theoretically, my initial prophecy is 2-2. Colorado State might win the next 2, but being down a member already is not looking too good, but thankfully they do have 3 ultimates to Boise's 2, so that could be a game changer here. If we see ultimates come out, Phoenix's definitely could change the tide, being able to push some corners and get some info for his team without losing his life for it.
Yeah, and this is the most similar pacing to that of R6, just this waiting around for something crazy to happen. He doesn't look the right way, and Soldier will get the first elimination, but Nida will get the other one as Soldier continues to miss those shots. Bandito will pick up one as the wall bang happens. Stops the plant, gonna go with the Hunter, is on the, oh my, great googly mooglies. They just collapse from every point and get the round win. Boise State, they're 2 up right now.
Yeah, we did see Boise State use their ultimate for the arrow through the wall, which did buy them enough time to get that double elimination and take the round, with Colorado State not even able to get the spike down this time, as they were able to when they were attacking on the last map. So I'm curious what's going on in Colorado State. Said, hey, we've just lost 3 rounds in a row after just absolutely dominating on the first map. So maybe they're just not that practiced on Haven.
It's possible. I mean, practicing something like Icebox is such a weird call because it is, again, the most unplayed map. But it's possible that that's the way they win things, is by catching enemy teams off guard. Boise State not really able to be taken advantage in that sense on this map because, again, this is one of their favorites. And a first elimination means that another crucial ultimate available for Colorado State will have to wait till next round.
Yeah, Lycan this time, got your name right, was able to snipe Nita out of the sky this time, who Nita has actually been pretty consistent with her snipers as well. So we see the Sabobo show also go on. Let's go. It's coming out.
Oh, God.
The sweat's going to be real from this.
You know, I'm already big, but having 3 shirts on, that just makes it even better. Turn the lights up. Let's burn me alive.
Oh, no.
And speaking of burning alive, both these Phoenixes are still up. Segue, professional, who's this?
Let's go.
It is possible
Sponsor
for this to
segue?
turn it around. Unfortunately, that's not a great way to do so. Boise State going to pick up one. Your hat will be trading 1 for 1 there, though. And Dog Gamer will actually go for the plant. Boise State needs to respond to this in kind because time is of the essence. They did reset the clock to 45. They are able to get the scouts out. Bandito will go with the turret. Nope, going with that ultimate that denies anything from being done from enemies. But Sova can just ult out from out of the range. Oh.
Tried a couple of shots through the wall. Wasn't able to secure anything there.
At the ground.
Just barely didn't aim high enough there, but time is not on the side of Boise State as another member falls now in a 2v1 situation. Lycan getting that sniper once again. We're going to see the stealth through the wall come out right next to the turret. Bad timing for Colorado State. Boise State wins the defender round and got the defuse off.
Yeah, Bandito able to clutch and push the pressure onto Omen means that they were able to allow... What's up? I'm Stabobo now.
Let's go.
I'm not even Veritas. Switch my name to Stabobo, man. Because that's me. I'm Stabobo. I'm not Stabobo. I can't... That's too much power.
To be a Stabobo man?
If I was made pure Stabobo, I wouldn't be alive.
Stabobo man sounds like a JoJo character.
Let's
be honest here. Yeah, Stabobo
man. Woohoo!
The power he wields is
that's a phenomenal power to just command an army of blocks to fall out of the sky.
Oh, how'd you die? Oh, I died to Stabobo man. He dropped some blocks on my head.
He hyped me and then drowned me in blocks. What a fantastic shot. Lycan not messing around anymore and holding this long C point. And Dream with the pick and the scout.
Dream in this LMG on this angle has just been dominating Colorado State. And then Lycan with the sniper holding the angles as well, winning sniper engagements against Colorado State. With only 2 members remaining, things are not looking too good. But just like last round where we were, they were able to even it out to a 2v2 situation. But once again, Boise State also has 2 ultimates remaining to Colorado State's none, since Jet fell so early on in the round. Things are not looking good for Colorado State on Haven.
Yeah, well, luckily they were able to find themselves the spike, because without such, they really had very little chance of winning this. They are still possibly able to turn this around by maybe getting a cheeky rotation onto a point that Boise State does not have members. As you can see by the map, most of Boise State's defenses are planted here in the middle of the map here at B point. If they can maybe get a rotation, it's up to Aziz, and he just lost the opportunity to get the spike. It's right there in front of him. He's able to get one, though. He now has the spike. Might go for the plant, but he's going to be surrounded by Boise State here in just a moment.
Yeah, and he's also only got 20 seconds remaining. He is constantly winning engagements, so he has a chance. He does not have the health advantage here. He's going to be able to get the spike down with the member of Boise State.
Oh, the ultimate!
Able to get the ultimate off with the orbital laser breach.
You're
kidding me.
Just for that, I'll put on the bandana.
Oh no, the more sweat's coming out. Stabobo.
Someone's getting me off the desk. This is why I'm not allowed here. I'm Stabobo, man.
This is why I'm on the chair.
Anymore. All right.
Your hat really clutching at the rack for his team with the orbital laser. Perfect prediction.
Barely gets him in that clip, too, to be honest. And I think it's because he knew that that was only the safe place to really plant. If the off chance that your hat had rotated from spawn on attack, that long C point would have been way too much for him to defend. It's very difficult for me to even take myself seriously when I look this way, but you guys have to take me seriously.
He's a Stabobo man. He's all business. He's all business.
I can't help it. It's literally who I am from this point forward until the stream's over. Then I'll go back to my regular form.
Oh, we're in forms now. We're going to see Jet with the ultimate dive right in, but lose to Bandito. with Onir then taking out Bandito. Colorado State playing very tight together, immediately going for the spike plant, putting Boise State on their back foot. But Dreams here firing as many arrows as it can, firing down with the LMG through the wall, able to get the elimination without Grizzly even moving, just taking those bullets through the wall. We're going to see Jet pop her ult for Boise State, get the eliminations as well. Boise State now having control of site, should definitely go for the defuse. But with one member remaining from Colorado State, they need to secure this sight line as both members are watching.
Bye-bye.
Boise State taking the round, just able to overwhelm Colorado State after them getting the plant down. Boise State, this is definitely their map, as we're seeing kind of a reverse of the first map of Boise's dominating, Colorado only having 2 wins.
Sorry, I'm growing ever more powerful with many more Stabobos adorning my body.
No. What has become?
This is making Boise State win. I'm channeling my inner Stabobo, so if I have to do this to get a W,
gave
by
you
all
the
means,
power.
Give me all the shirts.
Oh no.
Give me every single shirt you've ever
The
shirted.
Stabobo sweat lord over here.
I'm not sweating that much more.
Yet.
I'm still sweating, just not that much more.
Just not as much yet.
Talking about sweating, Colorado State's really kind of frantically trying to find a way back in it. They even grouped as 5 for the first time down the Z point. And despite them trying to get themselves an advantage by that tactic, didn't really result in anything they can use as a benefit. So Boise State really showing that they're comfortable on defense here on Haven.
Yeah, and only both Phoenixes have their ultimates here. And now with Jet having the spike this time, I'm curious if these Phoenix ultimates would be able to change the outcome here if they even use them with only a minute remaining. Some moves are going to have to happen without a single member having even taken a little bit of damage yet.
We'll have to see. Boise State really struggling to get eliminations early in the round this time because of the patience now demonstrated by Colorado. And this is something we have yet to see from them. This patient, extremely methodical, last 30 seconds play style. They usually like to try to get things in motion beforehand. So Boise State really commanding a lot of respect out of them. Only are going to get found out. Luckily, he did have the ultimate channeled. And now know where one member is, and they're trying this A challenge again, the long one. Soldier going to go for some shots, but pops his own ultimate, so he gets returned back into this heaven area. Killjoy will be taken out. On the other side of things, this previous Killjoy player will take out Lycan. Urihan can take out 1, but now it's just 2 versus 4. Boise State has an opportunity here, but now they know that everything's planted. Now they're going to make short work of Dream's health bars and put them to an early sleep. And another shot here from Nida holding that angle. Legit Soldier will fall. Boise State now, for the first time in like, what, 8 rounds? Lose a round over to Colorado State.
Yeah, glad to see Colorado State kind of getting the beat back with Nida getting her sniper back, able to finally hit some shots. Grizzy winning some engagements as well. We saw both Phoenix ults come out, but they didn't really get too much value out of it, though, sadly. Even though Colorado State did end up winning the round, sadly, the member of Boise State just ended up falling, tried to spray prey through the smokes after using their ult, but sadly did not pay off for him.
What did you think went wrong? What do you think went wrong that round? Power's getting to my head.
I think definitely the time aspect kind of threw Boise off. They just kind of sat there for too long and kind of used to this high aggressive plays from Colorado State as they saw in the previous round. They just all rushed the site, went for the plan, but then they got ran over. So now they completely changed on the head and said, we're going to go slow and steady as possible. And that's what won it for him. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them do it again. We saw Nida try to snipe that drone out of the sky, but ends up failing. So he's able to get some information on the member of Colorado State who's hiding right behind the wall. He's going to try to go for the shot through the wall. They even get a little bit of poke damage onto Nida, but they're trying with these arrows. Just going to see Lycan get the snipe onto AZ. Rushing onto site, trying to get the plant down.
They are going to get the spike successfully planted. Timer started now. Boise State knows where it's happening. It's all about what they do. And a nice wall bang here through that wall. Fantastic, evening things up. It's 3-2. Boise State getting themselves a numbers advantage and immediately losing it. It's 1-2. Can they get it? Now they have to go for the defuse. They know where it is. It's somewhere on this point. They're going to pick up the operator because it's the operator.
My ult's not ready.
It's the best gun in the game besides the Bucky.
Always.
Bucky,
Always got to
number
love
one.
Sada.
My original form has been covered and overtaken by Stabobo Man.
And your hat doesn't even
Last
save
round
Dreams
in the hat.
LMG. It's a big sad right there.
Stabobo Man. And this is getting dangerously close to that turn that we always talk about that becomes a real question as to whether or not these maps are, attack or defender heavy or sided. A lot of the time, or at least what you hear a lot of the time in competitive play, is that this map is too defender heavy. It's really easy to defend this map because there are 3 points to choose from. But on that same token, with this being the only map that has 3 points of contention, you would think that it's an attacker heavy map, yet Colorado State is struggling to find more than, even tying this up here so far on this map.
Yeah, Colorado's had the options of going 3 different ways, but it seems they've been kind of wash, rinse, and repeat and just going for kind of the same strat, and if it doesn't work, they just go to one of the 3 other ones that they have shown, with Nida holding her ultimate and watching the angle from, I believe, C, that is.
Yep. Now rotating. Looks like they're going to go to this, again, favored long A. They continue to use this to great success because it puts Boise on such a back foot, especially due to the fact that they have a lot of their resources and 2 members of their team at C side of the map.
Yeah, we saw Lycan take a shot. We see Jet getting very aggressive with her ult, trying to see if she can use it.
Oh, the blind was perfect there.
Dream able to get a double and a triple.
Triple with the ulti. Your hat definitely doing what they can to peep up, but I mean, getting the ultimate from the other side of the map here with that side of that Sova ult, that's why you use it, and that's how you use it. Getting a triple kill with it. And they, despite everything, I think it was, you want to give a lot of credit over to Sova with that fantastic ultimate, but when it really comes down to it, Brenner, that flashbang to keep those 2 members of Colorado State in place, you kind of panic when you're flash. You really don't know where you're going, so the option is usually to stand still. Just get clipped right by that electric storm.
Yeah, it's definitely the same case in Siege. If you get blind, something's going to go down, and especially if it's a blitz, he's going to rush you, so you just panic fire, go prone, drop shot, do whatever you can. In Valorant, it seems to be kind of more of a death sentence as it is in Siege, because you can't even spray and pray at that point because you don't know where, and with the character models being so much smaller than what I'm used to,
right,
it's definitely been a game definer. If you can flashbang someone, then you'll win that fight. But Dream's kind of been coming alive this game with his LMG getting a triple with his ultimate.
Yeah.
We're going to see Boise State immediately rush this C side as well. We're going to see Legit able to pick up 1, but then immediately trade. So it's 4v4. We're going to see Nida able to take out Dream this time. Then AZ able to get the headshot onto your hat. Things not looking too well for the first round of Boise State's attack, but they were able to get the spike down. So Colorado State now having to play aggressive as they're getting the diffuser right now with less than 5 seconds remaining, able to take out the last 2 members of Boise State, having to peek that angle and try to stop the diffuser. But with 4 being alive, 4v2, first round of defense goes to Colorado.
Yeah, and again, it just goes to show that maybe this map might be a little bit more defense heavy or defense favored. The power was too overwhelming for my maximum Stabobo stack, so I've been rescinded to 1 stack because that's just as much as any mortal man should be able to wear. I'm back. I kind of blacked out. I saw blue and orange blocks falling from the sky, and I think I'm back.
The power went to your head, man. I'm glad to have back.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I went to a different place.
Different place.
A place made of strictly
different
Stabobo blocks.
headspace.
What have I missed? Oh, Boise State continuing to win. They did lose the last round, though, and as we were kind of detailing, this could be the signs of something to show. Defense is incredibly Voice is favored in this map. Ace is getting the 2-piece with the shotgun. That's one of my favorite guns. Lycan's gonna pick up 1 as well. Gonna go for the spike plant. No, the spike carrier was killed. Mit's trying to do anything, and Boise State trying another A-long push and getting punished for it quickly. Could be a sign of something to tell.
Yeah, the defender-heavy map prediction has been strong so far, with Colorado State having yet to lose a defensive round.
You gotta wonder whether or not Boise State will just continue to econ until they get the ability to match in gun power, or if they continue to try and press their advantage with looks to be a bunch of frenzies, which are these very short-range, hyper-aggressive guns that you can load out with. In attempt to try, sorry, those are Spectres over there. In attempt to try and win out with just quick SMG firing, but if they continue to push this long A, I think it's something that Colorado State's easily able to prepare for.
I want to see the one-taps with these sheriffs that Boise has, especially if they want to get aggressive and try to win these engagements against the better guns of Colorado State.
Just the Sheriff here looking for a peek. Like he needs to get this lined up in terms of these headshots. Dream not necessarily able to have the big clip that they're used to with that Odin, but it's possible that they're just going to continue to hold off and spend minimal money to get that. They are sitting on the Frenzy, kind of Odin-esque, minus the power and the clip size, but the rate of fire is very comparable. Nice cloud coming, and it looks like Boise State's trying to use their advantage and hold as much resources of Colorado State to one side. They are able to get the spike planted. Fire going to come out here. Going to continue to wall off this side of things for the side of Colorado. And Bandito pulling themselves back near attacker spawn. It's a great call because you don't know whether or not Colorado State is flanking from behind.
Yeah, legit had the perfect timing on that firewall, able to hold back the members of Colorado State as well. Bandito able to get the headshot with the Sheriff as well.
Double blind!
And then
the
Onir gets the double as 2 members of Boise State try to push him at just the wrong time.
He couldn't even see who was blind through that whole exchange.
Just held down left click and just Boise State didn't play that to their strength. We're going to see Bandito get another one tap with the Sheriff.
Oh.
And then we're going to see the Phoenix push the corner. And
it's not enough time!
Doesn't have enough time to disable the spike, so Boise State wins it in post-mortem.
Oh.
And he gets taken out by the spike, so he loses his Sheriff.
Oh. Now that's I wouldn't say it's a tilter because you're not allowed to say that on stream, but that was a close map or close round here from both sides. Both playing very well to their win condition, but I think Boise State continuing, even fainting that they were going to go for A long, put so many resources, hunkered Colorado State down on this A point. In the moment that they were able to get that sprint switch to C, caused so much hesitation and so much franticism from the side of Colorado State. They got met with cloud. They got met with the fire. If they could walk simply down the alleyway and just challenge a different point of contention from B side, but because there were so many resources being planted there, it was almost like a moth being drawn to a flame.
Yeah, Colorado State played that interestingly, to say the least. So when they didn't have when the diffuser went down or the spike, they didn't go for it. They went for the kill, and then they ran out of time to defuse it. So they made the commitment of, we're not going to let you take me out and win the round and save your gun. We're just going to lose it all and then lose the round as well. As we see Legit able to take one out, but then Grizzy able to take one right back, keeping it 4-4. And Boise State's Phoenix does has his ult as we see Bandito win the engagement against Onir. And then Dream with his LMG coming back, taking out Grizzy, making it a 3v1 now with Your Hat taking out AZ.
Nida trying to what they can, but they don't know that Boise State went full sprint to A long. And a fantastic play call because even if Nida was here, they wouldn't be able to get 4 peaks in a row. They're forcing Nida now to retreat and not contest at all. They have to keep this up, and that's what they're going to do. They're trying to keep themselves as far away from possible. But as we can see here, it almost looks like Dream's on the hunt. He's going back to attacker spawn. He may still yet run into Nida before the round's over.
Yeah, Dream with this LMG is definitely a force to be reckoned with if he's able to find Nida out with her operator. But we know Nida is very good with the operator as well. He's closing in on her.
They went to spawn. They checked all full spawn. You got to turn left, buddy. This could be huge. If they get this operator taken off from Colorado State, that is so much money gone to the way of Boise State. They're going to run into her. No. She gets the first peek. They know she's there. They just need to converge. Nida trying to hold this point. Gets another shot off. Nida actually popping off. Attackers win, sure. But that's so much money being rescinded back to Boise State.
Yeah, Dream losing his LMG as he just was looking at the wrong angle there as he turned the corner. So Nida with the sniper has been a threat so far for Boise State.
It's one of those moments where Nida's like, guys, come on. I've taken out like 3 people. What, you guys going to take out 2? Like, come on.
Yeah, Colorado State's definitely been off and on this defensive round with now Boise State only 2 rounds away from victory for this map. So we could be seeing us go into a 3rd map here.
Don't do it. If they somehow get 11-11, I'm blaming you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I didn't make that call.
You did. You said it would be tied.
I said it would go 2-2-2-2, which it definitely has not been doing. So the prediction has been failed so far.
I'm still blaming you because what's 1 + 1? 2.
Okay.
What's 11 + 11? 22.
2 + 2 is fish, sir. Get your math right.
What are you, Fairly Odd Parents?
I'm not a parent.
You Fairly Odd?
Yes. I ain't going to deny that. As we see, Boise State actually in a 4v2 situation with both members of Colorado State actually having their ultimates, and they got the spike down.
Looking mighty fine for Boise State. The Broncos leading the charge. Aza's going to get a peek, though, and turning this into a 3v2. Again, this is something that Colorado State's already proven they can win. So it's possible for them to do so. The big problem is the spikes. Spikes on the dark side of the map, guys.
Seems they just want to save their guns. Their econ just hasn't been that well. And AZ only has 6 health, so it's not like they could win the engagement. He has no way to heal with Phoenix only being able to self-heal. And nobody's really running
quick, put the fire under
the heal support either. So it's really just, all right, we're going to save our not ops. We're going to save our guns.
Yeah, and as we kind of see things continue to go very, very well for Boise State, what have they done differently in this map from your kind of tactical expertise versus the first one?
I really enjoy them faking going for one side and then going for the other, with Colorado State constantly just being like, okay, you can have it. Like, they're not contesting it at all. Even when Phoenix was full health and AZ was 6 health, but they both had their ultimates. They're not utilizing those abilities when it was a 2v4 situation. And then also not having the econ ability, I think it is smart on Colorado's end to just be like, hey, we're not winning these rounds, so let's just save what we do have.
Right.
But then even when they're saving it, they're not utilizing it to their best of their abilities. We do see Oni are able to get a 2-piece here, so he did get value with his ultimate there. So well played on the side of Colorado there. So hopefully might be able to try to get the comeback in a 12v5, but Boise wins this round. We're going to map 3. So a lot is on stake here for Boise.
Yeah, they need to really clutch this up and close this out because, again, despite it being both a game that favors momentum, you know, based off how much money each winning team wins per round, there's also that mental momentum you get from winning round after round. And they got the spike landed. It's going to be a 5v3, not impossible. There's going to be a trade there. It's going to be, again, 2 versus 4. Going to move for the blind, not able to get the secure they needed to. Unfortunately, Legit Soldier missing those crucial shots. Here comes the breach ult. It's not enough, though. And Boise State falters to close things out. Colorado State will go up to 6-12. Boise State favored.
Yeah, I think the issue there is 2 members of Boise State were all in that one corner, not even on site. They were holding the long angle. But then when Colorado State just collapsed on site, they all had to turn and face down the one hallway, and Colorado could just spray down the hallway and eliminate both members. Yeah. They need to have a wider variety of sightlines on the spike once they had it planted.
Well, not only that, but you know, getting picked off here in the first side. Oni are doing phenomenal work getting the 2-piece while they're challenging the garage area. Not usually something that happens. We've only seen it happen for Boise State when they get kind of debated into the Ares or Odin. But now being on attack, not really an opportunity for them to do that same thing. So we'll have to see Cypher putting out the cameras everywhere, putting out the trip wires to give it as much recon as possible. Soldier going to get spotted out. That scouting drone will be huge here. Ace is looking for an opportunity. Scouting drone here from Boise State will not be used. Here comes Dog Gamer's ultimate. Will it clip anyone? It does hit one. No, it gives the vision for one. My apologies. No, it did. It clipped the enemy soldier. So we're going to go taken out here.
Dream with the LMG gets the wall bang again.
Gets the wall bang with his favorite gun, I'm sure. Should just change your name to Odin or Ares, whatever you want to call it. But a phenomenal weapon and used to great use. And 4 members just like that are going to go by Lycan, popping the ultimate, going for the headshot. Dream going to finish things out. Boise State take this round and the map. It's now tied 1-1. And guys, that was a phenomenal play, of course, by anyone. But you can be a part of it if you're interested. Boise State Esports is always looking for talented players, production, and broadcast talent. Top talent, along with, of course, good grades and eligibility, can earn scholarships as well. Sign up today by visiting boisestate.edu/esports for more information. Personally, I know I've been given granted wonderful opportunities through this program. I get cool swag when I ask for it. My production team is the best. I get to cast with Brenner Bear, which I wouldn't be able to do if I wasn't on this desk. So definitely worth checking out because you might be able to cast or have your game casted by us goofballs.
Yeah, have the Stabobo King cast your game.
Get a Stabobo. I'm Stabobo man. I'm not Stabobo King. No one.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Stabobo.
We lost the crown. We lost the crown.
True.
But Dream and Lycan really came alive in that final round. He got triple with his jet ult, and then we saw Dream with his LMG, consistent as always, getting wall bangs and just on a tear against Colorado State. So I'm curious on this final map how the map might determine everything, because if Haven is the defender side map and Boise State was able to consistently win as attackers, maybe Colorado State's lost a bit of their momentum here.
Yeah, and I mean, beyond that, from your expertise, is there a place in that game, despite how volatile it may be, where you think Boise State had the game in the bag?
probably within the last couple rounds, they were already at 12, so they were right on the edge. Then Colorado State took the advantage after giving the 12th round to Boise as well, saving their 2 ops. But I think saving those 2 ops actually benefited them in the end. They were able to save the guns, and that won them the next round. However, they lost that momentum somehow as Boise once again did the whole, we're going to go for this site, but then we immediately swapped to the other one, forcing Colorado to collapse onto them. They were able to hold side angles better than all in one corner. And I think Boise State definitely adapted much better on that map. That was definitely their map.
Yeah, have to agree. And it does show in time that they were willing to do what they needed to do to get themselves in a place of power. Did just get word in my ear that the next map on the docket will be split. So we'll have to see how that's going to go. But we'll be going to a quick break real quick. I need to go get some water. I'm somehow dehydrated out of nowhere. I have no idea why.
Couldn't tell you why. You've just been wearing the 2 shirts.
I'm just wearing the 3 shirts, and hopefully you guys are able to fan out and get some water yourself. We'll be back in just a moment.